Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T26E4 Super Pershing. It's a Tier 8 US Premium Medium, and it's located on the westbourne of Paris under the command of Lomian EU. Well, this is quite an interesting premium because it's actually got very solid armour on the front, courtesy of a Panther tank which actually got stripped down. And you can see that extra armour welded to the mantlet here and also to the front of the tank. It's covering everything except that machine gun port. And of course, there's also wraparound armour on the side of the turret. It doesn't show on this mod because this is a skin, but it's a weak point underneath those wraparounds, as well as the cupola, which is rather obvious. There you go. And if you can get a shell into that machine gun port or the cupola or underneath the cheeks, then you can penetrate the enemy. Or penetrate the Pershing, I should say. Well, he's taking it off down to the bridge. Now this is a preferential matchmaking tank, so it's tier 8, but you'll only see tier 9, so you'll never see tier 10s. And as such, that means that its weaknesses won't be exposed by seeing some really tough opposition. Well, there's a T29, tier 7 American heavy, and he is serious opposition, but oh, bounced around off him. Reloading, and that one went through. 228. Now, is he using the 19mm gun? Yes, he is. And penetration of 202 and alpha damage of 240. So it's quite a reasonable medium for tier 8. Not a huge amount of damage though. There are some Soviet mediums that have got more damage. Yeah, got one into the BK3001, or 3002 I should say. That's the Panther prototype, you might say. Trying to get a shot on the T34 actually. That's a tier 8 heavy. That's going to be a difficult one. He's tracked him. As long as you keep him tracked, then actually allowing your teammates to do some damage on him. This is a tier 8 game. And there's a Tiger 1. And that one went through nicely, 221. He's going to have to take a few more shots before he'll get that one out of action. And he's tracked the T34 again. He's only using standard ammo at the moment. Yes, get some penetration on Tiger 1 again. Let's a quick look at the T29. Try and get the shot right. Yes, he's tracked him again. He must be annoying that driver by now, because every time he fixes his tracks, he gets it again. And he's been tracked again. It's just resetting his repair every time. Ah, now that one didn't. So he might fix his tracks to start moving before we can fire again. Yes, he did, but we didn't pen him on that one. I'm surprised he's not firing back in this direction. He's actually looking elsewhere. Okay, we're going to have to pay attention to this VK now. He just popped around the corner for a second. He's left himself wide open to a shot, and we got one into his tracks. Go for his engine bay. Yes, that one went in. Can we get another one in there? Just trying to find him. You can't see him, but he's firing as if he is there. Still see that T34, and he's not firing over here. And that one went in. I think he got the angle just right this time. Now he's paying attention. The gun's pointed this way, and another one goes in. He is actually getting these through the lower plate. I'm certain of it. Going for the turret, and he gets the kill. So, quite satisfying all those shots on the T34, but he has used up a fair bit of AP. And round the corner, you can just see a Tiger 1 down at the other end. He is right at the steps to that little square between the buildings. He's got a shot into the E25. He's just at the other end of this road, bounced around off our armour. Obviously, the E25 doesn't realise that his pen isn't so good against the spaced armour on the Super Pershing. So he's actually pulled back into cover. Oh, and he's pulled back around the corner because he knows that he's outmatched. That's one of the things about Super Pershing. If you know that spaced armour is overmatched, or not overmatched, but it's too much for the enemy to deal with, then you can take advantage of that. As long as you angle slightly, that spaced armor is wicked, because even if they use heat rounds, they're not going to get through. It's going to be very difficult for them. Okay, got T20 coming down the other side of that road, but I'm not sure we're going to get a shot at him. It's around the corner, I think. Okay, we've been spotted, and oh, we've got some serious opposition here. There's a VK 10001P. That's going to be a difficult tank, and we've got an IS. Well, the IS is tier 7. The VK though is a tier 8, and a tier 8 standard, but it's a very tough heavy to kill. The ideal thing is to get the shells through that cupola if you can. Can't get through the mantlet. You're not going to get through that. No, don't aim for the mantlet. Go for the cupola only. Or if he presents the side of his vehicle, aim for that. But don't aim for the front plate. That's too tough, especially if he's angled. And that Tiger 1 in front of us is going to have a great deal of difficulty trying to pen the DK. Unfortunately, at the moment, we've got the problem of that wreck in front of us, and we're up against the side of the rubble there. Maybe we could get around the other side of the IS, but no, Lomian's decided it's just too difficult, and the best thing he can do is find another way of getting at that DK. Okay, just poking up here. Yes, he got a nice one into the VK-38CD. We've got a defender now that corner, so the defender is more than a match for the VK, but we are down at the moment. We're only 3 tanks versus 7 of the enemy, so we're really facing a lot of trouble because we're all down in this corner, and so they're all queuing up now to shoot at us. We bounced the rounds off the T20, and those were fired straight in, and they're just hitting the hard armor and they're not getting through. There's a Borsig, he's got the gun to do it. Don't want to face the Borsig if we can help it. Now that T20 is going to come around the other corner, and he did, and he got wiped out. Nicely anticipated there, trying to get a shot. The Borsig's trying to do the same. Okay, the VK's trying to come around the corner. He's dealt with the defender, I'm afraid, and in fact now with the last one on our team, facing 6 opponents. This is where it gets really difficult. And that round was from the IS. We've put a round into the VK. Can we get one more into the IS? Well, this is where it gets really tough because the armor trying to get through the polar. Yes, he does. It's a nice hit. We're bouncing rounds. Use the rubble. Don't try and expose anything. Oh, well, he's taken out the IS. That's one thing. But then, unfortunately, the enemy is capping. Now, in order to get the VK, you could try and fire through the lower plate, but that is the better play to put the shell right through the cupola, and then you've got him. Now, try not to expose your lower plate to this Borsig, or we've got to get past him. Best way to go on the side of the IS, you're going to leave a gap. Oh, yes, he allowed us to put a round through his side. Now, can we get one more into it? Oh, lower plate, and that's tracked him in place. Now we can go to town, and he can't bring his gun down, so just keep firing through, but we're going to lose the game on a cap. And, yeah, we've lost the game on the cap before we can reload, and we get one more into the Borsig at the end of the game. Nothing we could do there. He trapped us in that corner, but taking down 3 big enemy tanks in a row, picking up a top gun, but losing the battle overall. Well, it was a good try. It was a very good try by Lomian. If the enemy had decided to go no cap, kill all, I think that might have given him a chance, but he was very low on hit points at the end of that game. Beautiful way that he dealt with that Borsig, though, because he managed to catch him in the side as he went around that corner, and when he lifted himself up to get over the rubble, he just exposed his lower plate, and Lomian tracked him in place, and that was lovely. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Lomian EU in the T26E4 Super Pershing. He picked up a bruiser medal, a duelist, a fire for effect out of the minor medals, but out of the epic ones, he got a high caliber for getting the most damage in the battle, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills, and that Borsig was his 6th one. And after taking out the IS and the VK, that was something. That really was. Very cool performance by him. Let's have a look at the team scores. 4,102 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was, in fact, the VK10001P. He got 3948. Shows how tough those tanks are to kill. And the Object 252 Defender got 3793. When it came to kills, obviously he was top of the table. He managed to get 6. The T20 managed to get 4, and the IS got 3, but he still took the IS down, and he took the T20 down with a sneaky shot when he came around the corner. And when it came to base XP, well, he's got the top in all 3 columns. Even though he's the loser on the losing team, he got 914 base experience points on that one. Or he was the highest scorer on XP on his team, but he wasn't the highest overall. That goes to the IS, who managed to get 1,126, and the VK 1,067. But he was third out of the XP scorers. So let's have a look at detail. Well, fired 41 shots, got 31 direct hits and 19 penetrations. So those tracking shots were the difference, I think. He managed to do damage of 4,102 hit points, of which 460 were at more than 300 meters. He received 9 hits from the enemy. Only 3 of them were penetrations, but they did do a lot of damage. He also had 6 non-penetrations and 2 hits as a result of splash damage. He blocked damage of 1,365 hit points in total. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 9 of the enemy, 3/5 of the enemy team, and killed 6 of the enemy, which is 2/5 of the enemy team. And he also did damage assistance of 477 hit points by tracking that T-34 and keeping him in place so others could shoot at him. He received 108,168 credits for the game. He did a lot of damage. He got 65,729 from personal missions payout, and because he managed to get epic medals in a losing team, he got 11,340 credits for courageous resistance, or what they call the achievements award, and that brought his grand total to 185,237 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, remember, he tried not to use premium ammo as much as he could, but he did have to play some towards the end because he just ran out of standard AP to fire. And so he actually ended with 129,320 credits to take away, which is a very respectable score considering. And he also received 1,371 XP, 792 for the Achievements Award, personal missions payout of 1,189, and the bonus consists of a premium vehicle of 216. And total came to 3,568 experience points altogether. That was a very good round. In fact, actually, it makes me want to think, yeah, maybe I should actually have a Super Pershing in my garage. I don't have one yet. I've actually left it to one side, and mostly because the Super Pershing is only a medium, whereas there's more heavies in there that I would like to get, or Soviet tanks, which are probably better. Because obviously wargaming normally makes the Russian ones OP, and they make the American and German ones pretty naff. But in this case, I think the Super Pershing might be worth having in your garage. And despite the fact that he took down that T-34, I think that's another tank that I do like as well. And in fact, I do have one of those in my garage. It's a very underestimated tank. But yes, if you ever come across an IS or the VK, do what Lomian did and aim for that cupola, and then you'll take him down if you've got the right pen on your shells. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.